I don't know if you're thinking the same, but I'm a big fan of Freeze.
Okay.
I've been a big fan of him for a very long time, and I just think him and his team are just going to be too strong, and they're going to take out Radiant. What?
Fair enough. I think this OBN squad is definitely kind of like a Freeze squad, right? He's kind of been like the one that sticks everything together and produce this, this potential very good team here going to this event. Nixon there on the camera actually pointing towards it. We've had plenty of that this event. It's actually been quite fun. And European events have always been a lot about fun. Very good friends here, but yeah, back to the prediction. I'm going to go with Radiant here. Partly just because I like to be different, as I've learned off Momo plenty of times. It is actually quite funny at times when one loses out on a prediction, but I actually think Radiant could prove to upset here some of the veterans in OBN. I like Trinder as a player. I like Mixon. Mixon is said to be one of the most underrated players here in Gears 4. A very good Slayer. Crump equally a very good player. Not Twist, as it says in the bottom third. It's actually Flanks, a good player in himself. I've spoken to players like Breaker from Stimulate. They believe Flanks is a very good player, and Flanks actually being in this roster isn't that much of an issue for them. Many think they can just pick it up and get it going regardless. Trimax, perhaps an underrated player himself. Very, very good Gears of War 3 player. Everyone essentially knows who this guy is just from how he's performed online, and that's him closest to the camera there on the right there. I think Radiant could take this. I think it could go either way. I'm not too confident in that prediction, but I think Radiant have the potential to upset OBN.
Oh, so I'm hoping so. I'm wanting the best of 3. I'm wanting the full.
Yeah, for
I'm wanting the full. I'm wanting the 2-1. But say you've gone against me, like you say, you wanted to do it. That's absolutely fine.
We're engaging in battle. That's how it's going to go.
Yeah, but OBN. So they're looking at the teams now. So they're all standing up now.
They're all composing themselves. It's clear. Well, let's give them a bit of a bracket update, shall we? Wardle's just checking to my right. We've only just had this come in actually. Team Cryptic, currently 3rd seed. Me and Fru were just touching upon that earlier due to that roster swap last minute. Precision joining Cryptic. They actually beat Warm Toast 2-0, so they are moving on to round 3, along with Most Wanted. They gave 2-0 to One Defiant Alliance Gaming. And so next round in that bottom half of the bracket, it will be Cryptic versus Most Wanted. Another good game.
It is, yeah.
Close. I would have to give the edge to Cryptic, but Most Wanted is one of these teams that have a lot of practice together. Of course, recently losing Syntax in that roster, but once again, the core 4, they've had lots of practice together, and I think it could prove to be a good game with that land variable thrown in, but Cryptic favourite for that one, I think.
Oh no, absolutely. Just looking at the Slayers on the Cryptic team, so Liam, for me, that's just my personal opinion. I think he's individually the best player on the game. Not on the game, the best player in Europe.
Wow, okay. Prediction?
That's from me. Strikers and Visions, fantastic players in themselves. Precision, damn right, he definitely deserves to be on this team. So unfortunately, he's not in error anymore. But I thought he was a standout player when he was in his old team. Was it Radiant? Was it his old team? Do you know the old XL team with Breaker? Yeah. And I thought he was a standout player in that team, and I always thought he deserved to maybe try the step up, to try to get into the elite European teams, if you will. And Ronslaught, an absolute favourite of mine anyway. I've known him for years. I thought he's been outstanding for years. All he needs is the right motivation, and honestly, he's unstoppable. So against Most Wanted as well, I can't give it to Most Wanted. It has to be Cryptic for me, and that's a 2-0 as well.
Go. Okay, we're agreeing on that one.
We are.
Well, let's get into this game, though. Damn Escalation, of course. That is what we're going to play. It is OBN versus this side of Radiant Esports. And I'm going with Radiant. Callum, you've gone with OBN. But who's taking this map, though?
Who's taking this map? Oof. I'm still going OBN.
Okay.
I'm sticking with my guns. I'm going OBN.
I'm going with Radiant. There we are.
So we've got the initial now over at B.
I think starting off slow, it's safe to say from both these teams, although if I switch the camera over to baby steps, being a bit more proactive. Straight line with the first kill here on flanks, nearly picked up player. Trinder, nice little up A as he's caught out, manages to get that kill as he knows he's about to get angled out from B. So advantage definitely in the form of OBN here. They've got control of B. they should be able to set up now for the double.
Oh, absolutely. It's not really the best play from straight line there. He doesn't need to run around. He just needs to hold his shot and wait for his team. They're all behind him. He's got no chance of getting out of this. So I'm not a fan of poor deaths like that, to be completely honest. But say his team are in a great spot. All he has to do is rotate over. And it looks like we're going to be pressing on the wide side of the map for Radiant Esports. Going to be looking to potentially cause a little upset on the homes.
Yeah, this is kind of like the go-to strategy now in terms of actually breaking the setup. This double hill setup. Flanks is pushed all the way around the back, but he is full reds. Gets him a straight line for a second. Straight line punishes flanks, and that will surely be the end of that push. Players are trying to run now for Radiant Esports, trying to get out of there on the right, but Trimax will get revived, but it doesn't look any stronger of a position. They're going to have to see what they can do at B now.
Oh, well, so Gaz has fallen there, so that wasn't able to see the kill, but it's not really the best situation. And oh, Bradmate's got very fortunate there to take out Trimax, and unlucky with the noob roll, but he still managed to take out a player. So it looks like it's been a pretty effective push from OBN.
Yeah.
No, it's not a push, sorry, it's an effective
defense
wasn't it?
Yeah, just to finish off that phase of play. It's a 30-point differential currently in the favour of OBN, still setting up in the B hill, and now is the time really to consider what's our next push, get the respawns in for Radiant Esports and really see what they can do and just be aggressive, because the points difference now is really getting quite large and significant.
It's getting beyond a 2-cap now, really, isn't it? So the play really needs to come out now, and then they're going to have to push for the 3-cap. And 1-2 been taken down now for Radiant Esports, but there's been a trade-off by flanks.
Oh, nice shotgun and gets double flanks, but not going to be enough. Gans and Straight Line are both there to ensure B is held for now. Switching over to the A hill quickly though. Crump, he's gone for that break. We touched upon it. Needed a double or more than a double at that point to catch up with points, and Crump breaks it. But he is going to fall shortly thereafter. Trimax and Cal, they're just going to have to throw bodies at this point into B in Straight Line. He's having a fantastic round so far. His shotgun battles have always gone his way. It feels as though each time we look at him, Trimax should fall as well. B hill will be captured by the Cog. A bit of an overextension, clearly a desperate one of that from Radiant, but will it be enough? I don't think so.
So they're trying absolutely everything here, just try and stall the cap so they can potentially get a 3-cap themselves. But say the round's now surely, yeah, there it is. It's been closed down now by OBN, so it's a good start for them. And yeah, like you said, it looks like it's been a good start for Straight Line. He's racked himself up a good amount of kills to start that round.
Yeah. Clearly, OBN happy with their performance there, evidently, as we can tell on the camera. Still composed, still early days. Just checking out the scoreboard just for a second on our end, and you can see that really the kills are based on one side, and that's OBN for now. Only 10 kills so far for Radiant Esports in that first round. They certainly weren't shut out, but you kind of gathered, OBN were dominating for the most part. Going with a weapon block here at the bottom of the map.
So yeah, they placed nothing down to start with, which for me personally is a smarter choice. Obviously, they feel like they've only done a few things wrong, and they can just iron that out nice and easy. So no need to get too drastic just yet. Just place nothing down and just basically repeat and iron those mistakes out that they made the last round.
Yeah, don't think that will change things too much. And instantly that block, Radiant Esports to me, they're saying, okay, we lost the first team fight quite a few times, but we're going to stick to that strategy. We are going to eventually capture it and go for that double cap. Top on board with Buzz here. So he seems to have picked up a kill very quickly on Crump. Nicely done. OBN off to a flying start once again. Trimax able to pick up a kill before he backs out. Right,
yes.
Ooh. Sneaky one, it's double, but isn't able to find the triple there.
Yeah, so Brad was in a very sticky situation. He's managed to bag himself 2 kills there, so he's done really well for his team, and hopefully he's been able to put them in a half-decent position. Oh, but Flanks is coming for one. He's got one. No, he's been shut down by Buzz. So it looks like as we are at the moment, B control is held by OBN. They've obviously got their home hill, but there is a push now coming from Radiant.
Buzz maybe a little bit overextended here. He's quite far up. His teammates aren't in shotgun distance of him. He's just going to slow it down now. Trinder will actually get that down. Crump does get taken out as Gaz comes to the shotgun fight though. Trinder falls. Straight Line doing a good enough job with his shotgun evidently to really give OBN the advantage each time he comes in the camera. Trimax will fall as well.
So nicely played there by Straight Line. He knew he had to run around into his cover, so there was nothing he could really have done about that. And it looks like some good team play and some good team fight. Oh, it's a great double there from Straight Line. So that's great team support as well. But he's put his team in a really strong position now. They've been able to push up and get a good setup going.
Yeah, things slowing down once again as Radiant Esports just waits for their respawns before making their next attack. See one overextension there from Bradmate. Does get a kill, does get dropped straight after though. And it's now the opportunity for Radiant Esports to really be aggressive through this pit side of the map and see what they can do on that.
Yeah, and if she's able to have a look at the setup that they've got going, obviously have a quick look at the overhead before the push is coming in. So they're waiting, I think they're waiting for someone to come off respawn, and then they're going to be setting up and making a play. Oh no, they're all on there. So they're making a play over towards B now. You can see 4 people rotating over and one guy sneakily coming over towards the home hill. So he's going to be a nuisance over this. It's going to be a 4v4 over a B. It's just who's better set up for it.
Mix-up finds the opener on a straight line. Very good start to map. Points are against them currently. As Gaz picks up the kill on Mix-up, nicely done. The pills are capped for now, or broken rather. Gaz, big shotgun fight. 3 players around him. Can he pick up at least 1 kill? That would help out a lot. But no, Trimax does find him. The Sea Hill regathered, and this needs to be broken straight away for Radiant Esports are to have a chance at this round.
Yeah, so it looks like they're going to be coming off spawn now, a few of them, and so there's going to be stacked on their home hands. It's going to be extremely difficult for them to break. So 2 have already fallen now for Radiant. We've got 2 more left alive, and that's it.
You know, honestly, a very good start from OBN. Very comfortable, it seems. They keep winning these crucial shotgun fights. I feel as though we mentioned straight line twice. Whenever he's in the presence of the camera, look, 12 kills already in front of me here on my screen. That's insane. 2 rounds and 6 kills already in terms of like split up in the first 2 rounds. But flanks with the weapon placement. Interesting one. I can look on your screen in just a second, folks. The boom shot was hovering. Me and Callum did see that, but it's the Hammervis that goes down in both the A and C hill trucks. Not sure if that will influence things too much. You know, really slow currently our Radiant Esports with the weapon placement. Don't really blame them, but OBN, you know, starting to build some momentum, getting some shotgun battle wins under their belt. You kind of feel as though they have the advantage at this point in time.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Momentum's on their side. They seem to both be they seem to all be firing on all cylinders. Maybe the fact that they put a hammer burst down was maybe something that they worked on, but straight line. He's just giving no respect to flanks. He's just basically told him, this is my done. This is my map. Get off. Like I was saying, the hammer burst. The amount of strats that they've been using around it, it might have just been something that they didn't want to put down something too strong, and then they had to put something down. Glad they didn't put the boom down this early on though, because that, for me, that's sort of that's like a last gas sort of thing. Like maybe, sure. Or maybe it's we're stronger in the team fights. But happy that wasn't been put down, and it's, let's say, good setup for OBN with the 2 cap again. Every single round they've started off strong and with the lead.
Now, this hammer boost makes it a little bit more difficult now to be flexible in terms of pushes. The extra damage can really be the end of many successful pushes just because of that damage advantage. Let's see, they're overextending to the home hill throughout the spawns. A lot more bunched up now, the players of Radiant Esports, but it's a big campaign. They're rapid all the way around. I like this from Crump. Reminds me of Gears 3 checkout, running all the way around the spawns just to make sure you get the widest angle. Very safe, very smart. I like it.
And have they seen straight line? I know who's moved. He's moved now off the van. So they've just completely abandoned their home hill. They didn't fancy the fight. They've ended up rotating over to their home hill. So now that there's going to be a squeeze onto B, so they need to hold this fight. And Crump's got himself in a pretty bad spot.
Bit of a misroll. He is staying alive though. Straight line turns around, gets the kill nonetheless. Bradmate cleans up the kill on Crump, and it is looking very good now for OBN. They just look too strong. A fortress, even wrapping around the map, is not enough for Radiant. Oh, Trinder holds his shot though. Nicely done. Will he get this break? Yes, he will. Trimax is on hand as well, so they've got B back. They've lost their home hill in the process.
Yes, they've lost the home hill, but they've got a couple of people coming off spawn. I think 3 people have just coming off spawn, so they're going to have that. 2 of them should be rotating straight over to B, because there is going to be a push to possibly catch them with their pants down, if you will. That's where the push is coming now, but Fraser's fallen. Trimax has fallen, so is it possibly a 2v2 left now? Oh, some great angles though from Radiant.
Yeah, lovely job. Can they clean the kills? Yeah, flanks finds straight lines. There's opportunity in this round. They have got a difference, about 30 points in it. Crump and Co. being really aggressive, trying to push up, trying to find the kills, keep them stacked against the wall there. Bradmate once again getting a crucial kill on flanks, and all these little kills will keep things going. But is it enough? The A hill broken. Overextension from Bradmate does get the B hill broken.
Yeah, it's a very smart play there from Bradmate. It seems like his team are in quite a bit of trouble, and they're going to need somebody to get that. And they've also got an overextension. They've got to say, sorry, that was a home hill that they've just caught back. So Bradmate's just fallen, so it's a 5v4 situation. They are going to need a 2 cap to win this, so I imagine they're going to wait for Bradmate to spawn back up. But Gaz has fallen. It's not a pretty cheap death for his team there. They've got 1 push left in them, basically, to be able to win this round, so they need to make use of it when their team are up.
Big round for momentum, and OBN are pushing heavily, and they do need to break this cap setup, but they will lose on points. Fraze with a revive, straight line there, performing amazingly with a shotgun. His teammates are to his left and his right. Can he find the important kills? Crumple 4, Trinder and Bradmay also trading kills elsewhere. Keep an eye on the points in the top left, because they are going to go the way of Radiant. If they do hold that AL 205, 207, that will be it, despite Fraze's effort, and despite a little bit of a teabag at the end as well.
A little bit of BM at the end of the game there. So Fraser's letting them know, even though you took your first round, well done, sort of a congratulations, sarcasm if you will. But yeah, they've took a round, so I'm sure this is, again, I completely forgot, but this is their first game for both teams.
Yeah,
at
very
LAN.
true.
And
Very true.
you always, no matter how many events you go to, you always have that little bit of jitter that first game.
Yeah.
It's always something you just need to get over. So maybe getting that round on the board for Radiant is going to really like lift their spirits up. Maybe it's calm some nerves a little bit, and hopefully they're going to be able to start playing more of their game.
Yeah, big round, full momentum, as I mentioned. 3-0 down. It's a lot worse than just one round.
Oh, absolutely.
For sure. Boltox were placed on both walkways, and that is something that could really influence the B-Hill battle for me. Like, the pushes through the pillars, you could really be caught out by Lancer Fire. Never mind a Boltox, which really has that, like, you know, that impactful nature. Just a few active shots, 2 active shots can just be the end of a team fight.
Well, yeah, so
for
that's
one team.
Sorry about that. That's the difference then with compared to the Lancer and the Bolter. So yeah, the Lancer gives you great pressure, great team drill. But say the Boltock, that's basically a sniper. That's a 2-bullet sniper. So getting those kills rather than those downs could really play a big impact.
Look at this overextension. They pushed through platform, have Radiant Esports, got home hill captured, but they now need to get the B hill. Buzz will fall, and that should be a triple cap if they can get these remaining kills. The last player on B, I believe, is Fraze. He will fall as well. Has that bought enough time, though? It looks like it has, and I hear screams from main stage. This means a lot to them for both teams, and it's 2-2 now.
Well, yes, say it's
close.
Great round from Radiant. They're going to be really happy. It was a good strat that they pulled out there. Good strat. It's worked effectively. I see Trinder get very rowdy. He's up. He's letting his team know. He's high-fiving. He's fist-bumping. Giving a little, you know what I mean, making it a little bit loud, letting the team across, letting them know. So he's going to be really pumped for that. And now 2-2, anybody's game.
Yeah, that is for sure. So we bring up the game screen. You might be a bit confused. You can't see that weapon at the top. It is the torque bow currently, just below the overlay. Will that be placed down? Wouldn't be surprised. OBN, historically on this map, have been the more effective team in that area, and it is actually going to be the torque bow going down there. We saw what Radiant can do when they get that push, and that successful push of that on platform. Heads up play straight to the enemy's home hill, then wrapped around for the B hill. This torque bow could be a quick pickup for either team, and they really need to show their numbers, have that Boltock on hand to destroy the quick pickup and influence that fight overall.
Well, like you said, OBN have had a better of this fight so far. So the rounds that they've won over at this fight. Now, they've just seen a strat come out from Radiant, which has then caught them by surprise. It's now forcing them into a place where they know that they're winning the fights. They know they have to come here. But, saying that, they don't.
Wow. It's a complete change, actually. Bradmay is the one to pick up the torque bow. And as it goes, Radiant Esports pulled out straight away. Now, this is a different strategy. I'm not sure if this was intentional or just reactionary in nature. Bradmay finds the kill on Mixum. And this is not looking good, actually, for Radiant. They've got 2 players down. Can they clean up the rest? OBN doesn't seem like in time, but they're applying pressure on all sides. Trimax with the kill on Gaz.
Yeah, thought it was pretty nice what they did. They rotated off. Well, they faked it, didn't they? They've come towards B, towards Torque, but making it look like they're going to make the play. They've rotated around. They've been able to get some hill caps, but giving up a weapon as vital as the Torque, though. If you're not able to actually get your strat off completely, then it's going to fall to pieces, which it has done technically for them at the moment. But 2 down now for Radiant, 1 down for OBN. So it's a 3v2 situation in the favour of OBN. So they're just going to be looking at to hold this. No points being capped for Radiant. So they're not in the best of spots at the moment.
Well played, Fraze. Cuts out Mixum. Oh, but does find the kill on Bradmay despite the awesome save just before. Here comes Gaz on the flank. Just need to keep your distance as Gaz does the work from behind. Fantastic job of that. 2 players left alive in the form of Trinder and flanks on C. Well, they're applying the pressure, though, OBN. They've got a bit of a score advantage. Torbo could be up very, very soon. So, yeah, why not play for the points, eh?
Yeah, absolutely. In that situation there, I'd recommend playing for the points. So you'd have 3 people coming head on towards that sandbag. Now, it's not a great spot. You are a man up, but it's not a great spot to be pushing. 1 hard aim and a bit of Lancer drill from the guy in the truck puts you in all kinds of trouble. So it looks like they're setting up over on the Well, yeah, they're setting up. Oh, in the middle of the map, looking, maybe baiting out an A push and rotating back to B. Is it going to catch them off?
Crump pushing on the right with his teammate here, looking for Buzz. The wrap all the way around. They need to be quick if they can, because they do have the numbers right now. Gaz tries to go for the flank. Flanks actually catches him out on that one, but the little captures are blinking for the time being. Got to keep a close eye on the top left, though, of course, Callum, as we are approaching the 210 limit for OBN.
Now, what OBN have done here, and I'm actually so happy that somebody's done it. So when we was, well, the last event that we had in Europe back in Nottingham, it's something that I mentioned and played on quite a lot. Now, there was an advantage there for over, what did they have? They had about a 60-point advantage. Now, what are you going to do? Are you going to try and hold out the 60 points that you've got? Are they going to be able to see this through? They are able to see this. Are you going to hold out the 60-point lead you got and actually have a fact that you could lose and get free capped when you know the whole team are pushing towards you? Or you're just going to leave the hill that you've got, move towards their enemy home hill. You're still going to have a 2 cap. They're not going to catch you unless they get a 3 cap, and you're avoiding fights whilst keeping hills. Now, so that's a fantastic play from OBN. I'm really happy that they've just done that.
Yeah, safer play. Just spread out your players. Go for the opposing hills. Still set on that B hill. The talk bar wasn't up at the time, so it wasn't influencing things. So yeah, smart decision. Play it safer. With the strategies, Incense going down right now in the center of the plat. Interesting spot, actually. Let's just remember the fact that Straightline has been performing amazingly on that baby steps area, but Radiant have done very well with pushes and have really leaned to that side on the opposing side of the map. But the talk bar was given up very quickly last time. They rotated out. Will they do it again? Radiant staring at that X-ray vision, actually holding it.
Well, yes, like you see, so the talk bar was given up, so they was able to get the Insins. Insins are coming in now from Vexen. Looks like might be hindering his team a little bit there, but they've got 4 kills off this. So Frey's last man alive for OBN, and he's down. This is the 3 cap, right, Toby?
It could be. 5 seconds on the clock for Straightline. He's the first one up. I think there should be a triple cap. Yes, it will. Wow. Once again, Radiant with a triple as soon as they win the initial. Fantastic stuff. Once again, heads-up play. We mentioned the raw skill. Mixum getting up there. Low 5 in all his teammates, and a fantastic round of that. It is 3-3 now. It is back and forth. OBN kind of more of the slow game. Radiant more of those, if we win the shotgun battles, get those triple caps in. Nice little dynamic between these two teams going into the second half.
No, absolutely, yeah. As you said, there seems to be a little bit more subtlety about the OBN team, and but the Radiant team, they seem to they just want to get in your face and just get the round done with. They don't want to play out for points. They don't want to play out over 210 points. No, they're just having none of it. It's like, okay, you're dead. We're pushing for your home.
Well, second half, we've got rid of the A, B, and C hills. It's now all about the D, E, and F. And all about this platform area. Let's see if Radiant Esports can perform better on this side of the map, like in the previous half. Yeah, so as we say, look at the kills, bottom left.
Yeah, a lot of people down there for Radiant. They didn't have the greatest start on that push onto baby stairs. It was a great flank from Straightline, and he's done very well for his team. Him and Bradmate have been able to pick up a few kills apiece.
Big Lancers. Gaz gets dropped just behind cover. The Cog Domination blinks for the second, but Crump and Co are there to finalise those kills. Bradmate should bow out at this point. He has got enough kills, or 1 kill at least, so he's done a good job in that. Straightline last one alive for a quick second. But most importantly, Radiant, they can now push out. They can now get back control of E, reset, and hold a double cap this time around. Yeah,
absolutely. And they're trying to catch somebody overextended on the far side of the map there. So I don't know if they're going to be able to get him down. But so what they've done there, they've just tried to basically do a proactive play. They tried to end the map early now, end the round early, should I say. On these low spawns, I don't know if I'm really a big fan. You can only do it at certain situations, and I don't feel like they was in that situation. And that could be something due to something that they haven't practiced. They might not have practiced going for the free caps a lot online when they've been scrimming. That's something that we can clearly see that Radiant have been doing. But it wasn't
fantastic stuff.
Yeah, it wasn't the greatest to push from OBN to try and take this round out.
Yeah, there, Crump on our screen. Great shotgun, just hiding for a second. Still in the action. Bradmate gets the kill. Buzz does shut down Crump, following, and that should be a down. No, one player does get away in the form of Trimax. But OBN, they've regained control, a bit back and forth this round so far. Both teams clearly favouring the setup rather than triples. We are on 10-second respawn timer, resetting back down to the fastest respawn timer. Radiant actually heavy on the pumping station side of the map currently in terms of numbers.
Yeah, you see two people over extending over towards that one on the OBN squad, and it looks like Straight Line is one who's fallen, so that flank has worked. And then Crump's been able to come in, he's took out one. Trinder's taken out Gaz as well, but unfortunately in the mix-up, Vexum's gone down, Fraser's gone down. Well, we've got two people left alive now for OBN, so it's going to be a 2-cap in the favour of Radiant Esports.
Nice overextension there from Buzz, just to ensure that triple cap's not going to come through. He should be dropped now with Lance of Fire if Mixum and Co. play it safe. Health regenerating, but he does finally fall. Keep an eye on the top left. It's all been about this and been very crucial a lot of these rounds. How the points are going is trading of the E-Hill so far. Radiant are back in the action. OBN, which is a small lead.
Yes, so yeah, it's a tiny lead. It's not enough. It's not something that a 2-cap, well, then sitting on the 1-cap is going to be able to win. So they have to push. They have to get a break. So this is the push that they're looking for. Crump's fallen, and he looks like he was completely isolated there. So it's a great push from OBN, but flanks on the flank, if you will. He's been able to take out 2 now.
Big shotgunning, 3 kills. Can he make it 4? He needs to get it in time. No, Fraze does get that important kill at the end there. OBN, they gain the lead. Fraze with another shotgun kill on the E-Hill, and that should be the round guaranteed at this point in time. 205, 206. This is ticking over, and OBN, they win this round. Fantastic stuff. Not only Fraze, but also Flanks at the end there.
Yeah, absolutely. They've saved the team that round there. Flanks coming in and getting himself a fantastic 3-piece there. Fraser's seen 2 of his teammates die in front of him. Veteran player, he's kept his nerve. He's been able to take the 2 remaining players out and see the round through for his team. So yeah, big heads-up play by Fraser and Flanks.
Still composure from both these teams here on our camera. Meanwhile, it was the hammer burst that was placed down in the DNF Hills. Once again, don't think that will influence things too much. That time it was actually Radiant who seemed to have more of a presence in the pumping station for the majority of the rounds. You know, they wanted to be aggressive, they wanted to catch people out and get any opportunity to push their enemies, right? And maybe the Hambus could help them there, maybe it could help OBN with a bit more slower gameplay. But let's start off with Straight Line once again to the baby steps. Damage advantage to his opponent, but Straight Line does recover in time. Boom, though, Flanks. Another great shotgun kill from this man.
I was actually thinking there, Straight Line was able to take out Flanks in the situation that he was in. I just think they'd have to scrap going for that and maybe play around it or target him, because he seems to be playing extremely well. Now, something that they need to potentially shut down as well.
Great shotgun from Buzz. He's done enough to get 1 kill, almost gets a second. Had it down as well to boot, but won't lead to much in the end. Fraze and Straight Line were the only ones remaining, and you can see Trendon knew exactly that as he was pushed up just a little bit with that hand boost. But is going to back out now, play a little bit safer. The Hambus could catch him out, but he will get a cover. No,
yeah, it's a smart play by Trent. He knew he needed to get out of there. He couldn't stay there for too long, especially then coming off spawn. He's going to get himself nice and safe. But he is getting pushed by 2 people over towards the pumping stations. It looks like they're going to be rotating through mid to go towards that plat area, but they can see the play coming, Radiant, so they are set up and waiting for it. It's just possible plays that they can make here. So you've got 2 people coming towards baby stage, you've got 2 people around pumping station. Maybe they could try and isolate Tinder and try and take him out, but it looks like he's pushing them.
Yeah, a bit odd here. Trinder, does finally pull out. You're just seeing if he could give a bit of an angle to Bradmate, and I'm not sure what that is actually. Is it Straight Line just lurking around? Yeah, it is Straight Line indeed, but Bradmate maybe a bit of a miss. Mantle there, jumps over. Straight Line's not going to be able to revive. Can he hold off though? Big hard aim to Trinder, important one of that to save his teammate. And honestly, it's been a bit slow on this side of the map. A bit more proactive over on the E-Hill as OBN do take over.
Yeah, so you can see there, OBN have been able to take over the hill, which in theory shouldn't really have happened. So OBN have 2 people over towards the pumping station, and Chinder's over there basically on his own, just trying to keep their heads down. They've ended up losing a man cheaply over towards the other side, and they're now potentially pushing for a 3-cap.
Straight Line did have a bit of an OE, does get dropped. Bradmate comes back to support his team, and you know, they have enough points to catch up in time, but it's very close, and they do need to hold out for the rest of the round. Bradmate, big shotgun fight here, tries to find Crump. No, Crump bodies him from across the map. It seems like fantastic stuff from Crump. Big shotgun fight once again. Buzz does close the gap and find the kill as Trinder closes in on him, and should find Trinder. Not sure why he's up here in that when his teammate is just to the right. No, they have to be quick, but be very safe. It's the last push. Mixum and Flanks are getting angled from everywhere on E. But we'll back out for now.
So I think they might have done the maths and known that they win off just the 1. So it's going to be over. They're going to have to push. Buzz, bit too eager there, pushing without his team. He still had a few more seconds just to wait for them, and that's two free kills really given to Radiant. So it's not looking likely that OBN are going to be able to do much here. Bradmate falls, Fraser's down. Last man alive is straight line.
Yeah, I think you nailed it on the head. The OBN players, they were pushing in, they knew they needed to break that home hill, but they just went in one by one by one by one. They should have slowed it down, waited, and then made a one final push as a team rather than just dropping like flies each in their turn.
Yeah, no, absolutely. So you just saw you had one person coming from the platform area, you had one person coming from pumping station. It was literally a double lancing towards platform, double lancing towards pumping station, and then two more other people have come. One person already come to spawn. Well, just composure. That's all that is just there. Composure. In-game leader, just calling the shots, telling them what he's doing, and now we're just gonna have a look, see what weapon that OBN are gonna put down.
Looks like nothing actually at the pit. Just using the full time allocated here in the round of intermission, perhaps discuss that strat. And we saw a lot of proactivity over at the pumping station that round, and there was, I think, a fewer amount of pushes as a result. I mean, maybe, just maybe, both of these teams even, perhaps just consider throwing smokes and getting loose a little bit quicker than slowing things down, because it did leave a bit to be desired a lot of the time there. Trindo spent a lot of time just staring at players. Maybe just leave them at the end of the day would have changed things earlier on.
Yeah, no, absolutely. So even though he had those two people pretty much contained, he wasn't able to make much from it. And so it's been a good start against Straight Line's been able to get the opening team for his kill. I don't know how many rounds in a row that is, but he's really doing some work here, and he's been able to take down Crump as well. So he's got his team in a great position. They're set up. They're in a, well, they were technically in a 2v3. Looks like Trinda's going to fall here as well. Unless he's able to get the body on Gaz. Gaz caught with his pants down there. I don't know. Very risky. It doesn't look like he had any crossfire from his team at all. He's wandered off into the open trying to lance Trinda down, and now Trinda's got himself a great angle with the hammer burst.
And that's exactly when pumping station is useful. When you have a ham burst and you have that distance to get some shots off, whilst a push comes in at the exact same time over at E, that is when it can be really influential. Great stuff from Trinda actually staying alive there on board with Brad, mate. See Buzz to his right, Trinda angling from pumping station. He's got no option but to back out at this point in time. Maybe now is the time to push for the Cog, honestly. Round the right, they have numbers. I see 4 in total on my screen. Maybe just throw smokes and get loose from pit.
Well, they're in a bad situation, so they need to do something. They need to move forward or move back, because they are getting cross-drilled out by Trinda with that. But there's the play. The play is to kill that nuisance, if you will, over at the pumping station. He's going to be running into 3 people here. He's got very little chance. No, he's fallen. And another one of his teammates has fallen over on the other side as well. Trimax has fallen. So they're now in a 5v3 trying to defend this 5v2 now, trying to defend this E hill, but they've actually lost effort in the process as well. So this is a big hill for them.
Mixum could have backed out a different way and said he's gone in straight for the kills and the pinch. Could he get the double? No, Bradmate does shut him down. Not without casualty though in the form of straight line. The score is fairly even as it goes, as OBN do get control of E back. Crump really right, and actually, I believe straight line or another player, excuse me, for OBN. They've taken pumping station and they have E control. This is good for them.
Yes, they're in a good spot. They've got the point lead. They've got the map control. Hopefully they're able to just take out these kills here. So Brad's fallen. Buzz has fallen. So now it's a 5v3 situation in the favour of Radiant. Now I see them like to push for those 3 caps. Is this something that they're going to potentially do here? Maybe if they're able to catch one more out. And there's straight line, so here, is this going to be the push for the Frey?
It could be. Frey stuck on the truck. Can he find that kill on flanks? Grayson, great hard aim to open things up. He tries to go for that one shot. Frey's does fall, but the E-hill, a little bit of overextension from one player just to cap that and pull them back. So much damage placed upon Crump. Can he find that one shotgun shell into those enemies to finish them off? Doesn't look like. But Mixum and Trimax will hold out and get some kills.
But say where Radiant are now at the 2 cap, they will win this round if the 2 cap is able to stay, and they're on E. They're going to be losing their home.
Buzz looks like he's captured E and he's moved on to the enemy's home now. Be captured for now, but if you keep it a close eye on the score, Radiant nonetheless will be getting this round. Stayed alive in the enemy's home for long enough and then rotated back to E. The points built up in their favour, and you can see they're very happy. And if you're wondering who that loud voice is, it was actually Mixum for the second. But a lot of trading of shouting from both of these teams. Very passionate.
Yes, absolutely. A heated game as we suspected it would be, and a close game as well. So they're definitely performing. They're definitely giving you viewers what you wanted to see. You wanted to see a close game. You don't always want to see these whitewashes. And yeah, they're both teams playing really well. Obviously looks like I might have underestimated Radiant a little bit. They seem to be performing a lot better than I thought they would.
Talkbo, once again, going down in pumping station. And this time it's the opposite end of the team fight. So interesting dynamic, interesting variable being thrown into the mix here by OBN. You know, we touched upon it. They like the slower play, it seems. They like the pumping station as well. Throwing a Talkbo in there to see how that influences things. I expect at least 2 players perhaps to go for this, or if not, you know, the teams could just go for a heavy E setup and try and play the faster game like that.
Yeah, absolutely. As you can see on the minimap, so it's a 3v2 situation over a pumping station, so it should be a pretty easy pickup. Straightline's going to play for the kills, though. Smart play here.
Yeah, just enough pressure to ensure Bradmate picks that up, no problem at all. And as the Cog have secured that now, OBN can just, you know, relax a little bit, just pull out, rotate back around, utilize that Talkbo to perhaps get back control of E. Meanwhile, though, D still hasn't been captured just yet for the Swim side, so the points aren't really stacking up against OBN too fast. They can play it slow, at least, given that.
Well, you can see the reason why their home hill wasn't actually captured. So they've ended up sending 2 people over towards the pumping station to get the Talkbo and 3 people over towards platform to try and secure both at the same time. So could be a little bit greedy, but no, they seem to be in a good situation. But saying that, the Talkbo's come into play. Brad's been able to pick up 1. He's going to be able to clean up the kill on the floor as well. So it's now a 5v3, and it looks like they're potentially pushing for the 3.
One player in the truck, he hasn't poked out just yet. I'm not sure if the Cog realise this. Still on board with Bradmate. Will back out just for a second. The teammates on their flanks has shown himself. Will he get a kill? Yes, he'll get the kill.
Oh.
Gaz. He'll get the double on Bradmate as well.
Oh!
Find a kill as well. But that is going to stop it for now. Buzz is going to pull out now at this point in time. And the double cap has given them points, OBN. But Talkbo is now gone. Radiant are back in the game.
Yes, and they're not scoring any points at the moment, Radiant. So the Talkbo played, so they put it down twice. And it seems to have been effective for them both times they put it down. Brad seems to be performing really well with it. He's getting the sticks that he needs, that his teams need him to get with that. So that's potentially something that they can't allow them to just keep getting for free. They're going to have to put more pressure and more focus onto that Talkbo. While saying that, there is a play coming through from Fraze now.
Nicely done. Gets the kill in time for a team revive there. Pushing up to D. Makes him very red as well. That could be an opportunity to push on, actually. Makes him trying to find the exit through bricks.
Oh!
Will get bodied there. And the D hill captured for OBN. Nice little points lead as well. This could be pretty much the points lead that secures the round if they hold out long enough. Crump is getting caught out here. Nope, he just turns out on Gaz. Not sure what happened there. Gaz perhaps should have got the kill. Straight line with a double, or single actually, as Fraze cleans that one up. Bradmate, once again with Talkbo control. They can play it safe. They can play it slow now, OBN, to ensure they even up the rounds.
Oh, absolutely. The playstyle that they seem to have favoured so far that we can see from this map, the slower win with the rounds timing out. If you will. They've got a Talkbo. It's going to be very, very hard for Radiant to get a successful push off. Brad looks like he's rotating the Talkbo back around. I'm hoping one of his teammates are able to replace him over towards the pumping station as he knows that this last push is going to be over towards the E hill.
Yeah, looks like he just wants to play it safe over on the home hill, but flanks, he's got a triple. One was his teammate, but does it really matter at this point in time?
He's got to decap it.
Maybe a little bit, but the decaps haven't come in time. Bradmate, we're going back to the home mill with that Talkbo, just playing it extra safe perhaps, a little bit more passive. Nonetheless, 5-5. No, Callum, it is literally back and forth.
Honestly, it's a great game so far, and we can see the scores on the doors. Flanks, 33 kills. Definitely, I feel like he's just gone under the radar, but he has popped up a few times. But it was all straight line at the start. And Flank seems to be, well, he's their sub.
He's their sub as well. Yeah, he is. Trinder has placed Frag down on the platform now. Curious to see how that will influence things there. Maybe a quick pickup, just throw it into the mix, even with the smokes. Could cause some havoc. Could be an initial winner even. We've seen many times on the pro circuit actually, a weapon placement like that on the platform can be so devastating on some particular rounds. And any round, you know, could separate these two as they are back and forth. Talkbo, though, still at the pumping station. Clearly, OBN care more about that, sending 3 players, although there is 1 player coming through baby steps now to even that up. 3v3, makes them picking up the nades.
Absolutely, and both teams rightfully have left their home hills uncapped, knowing that these power weapons need to be picked up and they can't afford to lose them both. So it looks like a trade-off of power weapons, potentially. If Straight Line's able to get the kill, but he's fallen. Crump has done very well there to get himself a kill. So it's now Radiant who are in the favour to be able to pick up this Talkbo. 3v2 situation, they should be able to just play this out, get these kills and rotate off with this weapon.
Buzz, crucial kill on flanks. That could be the nail in the coffin for this push. No, here comes Trinder with the flank on Bradmate, and that's the torpedo actually. Secured bar, the hill's going to come through nonetheless for OBN. No, they will not, just coming off respawn. The side of Radiant. Crump with a shot on the back of Gaz. They're still in this. They just need to get E back now and utilize that torpedo.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm pretty sure Nade's got... I'm pretty sure Nades have just been nulled. I don't think they're on the map anymore. Not 100%, but I think that is the case. Trinder with Tortbow, and potentially a 2-cap in just a moment if everything plays out as it should. But no, Crump's fallen, but Straightland's fallen straight back. So it's a 4v4 situation. Frey's caught out with his pistol.
Big shotgun kills. 2 left alive from Bradmate and Gaz. Will they apply the pressure? Radiant. Usually they have been very aggressive, the triple caps, but Trinder has been shut down just for a second. And that damage comes through from that truck. Bradmate with the kill on Trimax. See Trinder just lurking here with the Torbo, seeing what he can do. Just needs to ensure he's proactive. He's only got 1 bullet left. OBN, they're pushing through hit.
He's able to get anything with this final bullet that he's got for his team. So I think that's the final bullet that's just been shot there. So Trinder not as effective as Bradmate with the torp, but that's probably the reason why they're not putting it down. There comes the push over towards the E hill. It's OBN with a slight lead, and they're able to actually drain this cap now.
Flank's just lurking, trying to close in for that shotgun kill. 1 is down. Fraze picks up the kill on Crump, and it is so close here in that E side. There we go. Flanks is starting to back off. Gaz not able to find that kill on himself. Still just slowing it down. And there's just so many numbers right now on E. You'd expect them to, they get the frag grenades for all they remain with these kills. Advantage. Nades thrown in. Trimax does pick up a kill on off screen. Straight line getting the kill on flanks. Still back and forth, but nothing too influential here from Radiant. They do need to start moving as OBN are holding on. No,
absolutely. And OBN have taken control, and this was the winner. This goes to 6-5 in favour. Now that's going to be a big scoreline. For me, if I'm at 6-5, I'm not thinking about losing. I'm just thinking about taking this map out.
And it's him so red. Wow, finally, somehow he gets that kill on Gaz after all that wall bouncing. Buzz does get the kill back, and clearly the score is in favour of this one team with the double cap. Bradmate, nice shots to turn around with a hand burst. Bit of a teabag once again from Fraze. Both teams very passionate as to the score of this one. It should be going 6-5 now in favour of OBN as we approach our 7-round score limit.
No, absolutely. Fraze again just letting them know with a little bit of BM there, cheeky little teabagging on the floor. But it looks like, yeah, they've safely been able to take this one out. OBN 6-5 up. Now, Trinder is the leader of this team, okay, this Radiant team. Now, Toby, if you're Trinder, what are you saying to your team?
I think it's going to go back to the hype, right? You need those shotgun plays to really break down this OBN team. That was a bit more of a slower round. We've touched upon it. OBN seemed like the slower team in terms of how they prefer to play. Incense now being placed at the torpedo by Trinder on the walkways. That will definitely make that a little bit more of an important fight. I think the incense can really influence things. 4 incense in total on that side. Maybe send a few more numbers there, honestly. It's been 3v3 currently. I mean, if you can get a clean sweep on that initial no deaths, get those power weapons, it could be the ticket to a triple cap, especially considering as we're so far into the rounds, the respawn timer is getting longer and longer.
Oh, absolutely. Respawn time is extremely long right now, so potentially looking at a free cap if that's possible, but they've given up Tortbow again, have Radiant.
Oh, big incend. Catches straight line there, that's 2 down, 5 alive. No, make that 4. Trimax has fallen to Fraze. Big incend being thrown. Is it going to be a Kobe? No, it's not. But nonetheless, incense have been used. Eel only just captured, but Fraze is the last one alive. Hopping on board with him, hiding out in the trench. Just needs to stay alive, just needs to stop this triple cap as long as he can.
Yeah, absolutely. Keeping your life in these higher spawn rounds is absolutely crucial. I'm not gonna have Crazy's not gonna have it. Fraze can have no problem trying to do that, but say that he's gone down. He's left his team in a 5v4 situation now, and they're overextending out. So it's the 3 cap. Are they going to potentially push for a 3 cap whilst down? But
looks like more of the passive setup. Yeah, Nixon has got the control of the pumping station. Hasn't really got that influential of a weapon in form of like a hand burst or a torpedo. Yeah. Bring up the overhead once again. You can see it's just very straightforward. 4 positioned evenly across platform, and a slower approach to this round.
No, absolutely. So 20 point or so lead for Radiant. They are they do have the torpedo actually. They must have killed I think it was Straightland who picked it up, but Crump He's gone down pretty easily there for his Radiant team, and it's going to be a 5v4, so to make that a 4v4. Straight lines then falling straight away, but we're going to have a 1v1 Trimax versus Gaz. Gaz has fallen as well, so it's a good spot that Radiant have got themselves into. But they've lost the E. They've got both homes, but they've lost the E.
Well, they've got numbers advantage. You can see them flying across baby steps as a team moving forward. Mixum trying to stay alive over towards this D side of the map and pumping station of that. E-Hill has been finally pushed. Trimax finds a kill on Phrase. Incense picked up, meanwhile, by Mixum as well. That will definitely help out in defending that side of the map. Could be a good setup coming here from Radiant. They could have got that kill just by railing on the right there. Lurking, that would have been a lot better. But OBN, they can see the setup in pumping station. They need to push an incense up.
No, yes, absolutely. So they've been able to pick up nades. Again, Bradmate's been able to get the torp. Trimax with a very, very vital kill at this stage in the round. Oh, and Trimax again has picked up another one on Gaz, and Straight Line has fallen. It's a 5v2 situation now in the favour of Radiant. What's Frey's going to be able to do to defend his home hill?
You slow it down. Nades have been thrown into the mix. Phrase has got no options but to get in there at this point in time. No, that's not going to happen. Can Bradmate get there? No, he cannot. Ladies and gentlemen, it is around 13 we're going to be seeing, as both teams are so neck and neck on this first map. It could go either way. My, oh my. Maybe now is the time for a drastic weapon placement. Who knows?
Yes, maybe, it's a nades, massive weapon. You see the kills on the boards there, so some great numbers being put up by a
36 kills by Bradmate as well.
36.
Been using that torp bow very well. Flanks though, you said it, under the radar. 37 kills. He's certainly been on his slaying game there with a shotgun, and now is the time. It's the last weapon placement of this map. Will it be simply Boltox?
Okay. Right, so just from that weapon placement, looks like they're going to play it out the similar ways that they've been doing anyway. I don't see, so don't get me wrong, Boltox can be influential, but I don't see that changing the round too much on a whole. And for me though, even though I am going with OBN to win the series, I'm seeing a Radiant round. From the 5-6 comeback to be able to win in the fashion they did that last round, I'm saying Radiant to take this round.
I think their fast nature and the shotgun of flanks could be the differentiator with a high pressure scenario. Bradmate though has got the torp bow in hand, and he has been quite influential with that weapon indeed, as his kills suggest. Mixum with the nades pick up. Trimax gets the opener on Phrase. Things have slowed down on this side of the map. Trimax does get taken out though. Kill count is even Stevens as it goes.
He was extremely overextended there in the enemy home hill by himself, having only killed one player. But say it looks like he was trying to make a heads-up play for his team to bounce off, and maybe it seemed to have worked. It's going to be a 4v4 situation. They do have E control. Trimax is going to be able to pick up his home hill coming from spawn, so they are in a good spot, our Radiant.
Still waiting for them to cap their home hill though. Respawn, there they finally go. Trimax picking that one up. You can see two players for OBN just sat in pumping station currently. One of them is Bradmate, just firing that, slowing things down on the other end of the map. A Radiant pushing through nonetheless. Nade's been thrown. Not going to connect with anyone, but it does do the job of keeping OBN out for now. And you can see how slow it is now at this point, Ordals. This round really matters to both these teams.
Oh, absolutely. So in the position that they're sitting, it's been evident through the course of the whole map that Radiant prefer anything else over the torp bow. So they're giving over the pumping station side of the map to OBN, so it's fine, you can have the torp bow. We'll pick up these nades when they come off respawn. We've got a Marks. Is it a Marks or is it a Hammerburst still in the truck? Hammerburst in the truck, and they've got the Boltox, so they're happy to stay where they are. But Gaz, very, very cheaply, has been able to, has gone down, and he's going to be able to pick up that kill. 5v4 situation now, 5v3 favour in the favour of Radiant Esports. Are they going to potentially push for this 3-cap now? Is this a big one? They don't know he's there.
Very important for Buzz, if he can finally actually get some shots off. Not going to connect, the D-hill's being broken. Let's change the camera to that point of view. But the overextension does come in on F. Keep an eye on the score. It's building for Radiant now. It's only so long OBN can just hang on. Phrase has been dropped as he tries to rotate. 22-second respawn timer. Every death matters. And Radiant, they have clear control on E. Clear control on E for Radiant. There is 2 down. Oh, make that. So it's a 4v3 situation now in favour of Radiant, as smartly Trindot is getting the hell out of there. Doesn't want to take a pointless fight there. Straight lines fallen. So this is going to come into the point now where they're going to, you don't want to see any scrappy deaths. So yes, there are long spawn times, but all you need is that one break with one push as a team. If they're able to stay alive for the next few seconds and make that vital push, and we've got hills dropping left, right and centre and being capped all over the place at the moment. Bradmate needs to do one thing, and that's be proactive right now. He has not got time to hang about. He needs to use this torque bow. He needs to get kills. He needs to be flying at this point in time. His teammates are there. Now he can start being aggressive with the torque bow. Not going to get the stick on Mixum, despite poking out. Frag grenades being thrown into the mix. He's going to catch up Bradmate as he's pulling that torque bow. 203 now. All eyes are on the FL. Can they reach it in time? No, they cannot. Ladies and gentlemen, it will be a Radiant map here. Fantastic stuff from both teams. 7-6, the final score. What an opener.
Wow.
To this match. Wow.
And what was the final scores on the doors there? So Flanks 38 kills. Obviously kills aren't all that matter, but he's still shown that he's putting in great work for his team. 38 kills, 37 kills on Bradmate. Cracking start to that.
Yeah, for sure. Both teams very composed as it goes still. And bit of a mellow finish, honestly. I thought it would be a bit more hype from both teams, but they knew how close it was. They're not going to just run with the heads extremely high. They knew it maybe could have been better on both sides, honestly. There were mistakes on both sides.
Absolutely, yeah.
It was a truly great game nonetheless. As you can see on the screen, that was the first map. We're going to Impact next. And curious to see actually how both these teams play it. Damn, it's a bit more straightforward, I'd argue, a lot of the time.
Yes, definitely.
Impact. Interested to see actually what team will have the advantage here. I wouldn't say either of these two teams are much better than the other at Impact, but it could prove the case where if, Flanks can get going with a shotgun, if Fraze can do, some of the wonders that he did with a shotgun, Straight Line can really start that first half as he did on Dam, really strongly in the close quarters department. It could be a big dictator on this map. And I think, triple cap wise, Impact is one of these maps where you can get quite a few, honestly.
Yeah, and if it comes down to who's going to be getting the triple caps on each other, as we see from that map, I'm seeing it's more Radiant. They're more triple cap oriented
More snappy,
team. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, they seem like they've just practiced it more and they know when to do this when they need to do these pushes. Whereas at OBN, they're a little bit more conservative, if you will. Don't get me wrong, they're great shotgunners individually, but if you're not practicing a certain thing, you're not going to be able to just do it when you need to. So you're going to have to stick to your guns and do what you actually have been practicing. Going back to the mellow finish to the round, as you said. If I'm on that Radiant team, I'm letting them have it.
Yeah.
I'm letting them. They're 5-6 down, and they've just come back and they've won 7-6. I'm letting them know. I'm walking around. I'm screaming at them over the monitor, letting them know what just happened. I'm letting them know that that's it. That's as close as it's going to get. You're not, I was a little bit shocked of the silence. I was expecting an uproar when they hit 207.
It was quieter than the rest of the rounds, honestly,
Yes.
but I guess the occasion is getting to the players now. They really want to see this next map through and just don't want to mess about with psychology. They just want to focus on themselves, tunnel vision, as it were, into this next map. And, a quick reminder, I think, is fair, folks. We did have a power cut earlier, if you're wondering where the stream did go. It is back now, and it looks like we have no issues going forward, so thank you all for waiting for that one. And one thing just to point out as well, this Radiant squad that just takes the map 7-6, they had a very last-minute roster change. They did have Flanks in the team, switched to Twists, then Twists, a moment's notice, couldn't come to the event. Flanks, professionally as he did, just hop back in the roster, no problem at all, no love lost. And they're performing well. Flanks, actually, arguably, perhaps the best performer on that roster there.
Yeah, definitely individually. There was obviously a few questionable things. I see, obviously, you're at LAN, you get overzealous. You make a little bit more of aggressive plays because sometimes you just want to be spotted. Sometimes you want to be seen. Sometimes it gets a little bit into your head, that you want people to know that you're a good player. But don't get me wrong, he didn't make a lot of mistakes. And the aggression that he pulled out, he's really done well for his team. Then they've been able to take the map, even if it's just by a tiny bit.
Yeah, I have to agree there. And of course, in the opposite team, Straight Line. Right at the start of that half, he had so many crucial kills. I think first 2 rounds, he had 12 kills. That's a huge amount of kills.
Massive.
And clearly dictated the pace and was a crucial component actually holding the B hill, right? He started off in baby steps. He didn't really actually go for those initials straight away. He won his area of the map, then rotated to B and really made a massive influence as to how those rounds played out, right? It wasn't just a kill feed. Mixum, we had some star moments from him, I have to say, not too many. Fraze had some good moments as well.
Yes, he did.
There was quite a few rotations from OBN which were really impressive that we touched upon. But it was I feel as though Radiant, that their snappy gameplay, they knew exactly when to go for the triple caps. When they needed someone to go off, they had flanks, they had someone getting those crucial kills, and I think that was, a big differentiator in many rounds, and really helped Radiant though.
Oh no, yeah, absolutely, it definitely was. Those clutch flank plays, those they were massive for the team. He's called flanks, he's doing flanks. It's just like it's built up, isn't it? And but it's just that, like, if we're just going to touch back onto the way that Straight Line started those first few rounds, like you mentioned. Now, he started off like a bat out of hell. He was just on everything. He was just flying around the map. He was getting kills left, right, and centre. And normally doesn't tend to last the whole game. Hardly ever tends to last the whole game. So is him maybe slowing down? Would you reckon that's a factor? Was that a factor to cost him? I know it was one round, but if he was performing the way he was the earlier rounds.
I mean, definitely in the first 2 rounds, OBN were dominant, right?
Absolutely.
There's no way arguing against it. Every push Radiant tried to make, it was just nulled. It was not effective. And I think, yeah, Straight Line was really crucial in that factor. Maybe, yeah, Straight Line, not performing as he was earlier toward the later stages. Maybe the engine, had been used a little bit too much there, and, Radiant kind of caught on with how that was going and addressed that issue. I think, yeah, maybe that was a crucial component, but it was very situational as well, this match. Yes. I feel as though, it was whether these teams took advantage or not. Some mispositioning, as we said, miss rolls, different shotgun battles perhaps shouldn't have been challenged, but it was very situational. I think it's going to be very situational going into Impact, and both of these two teams, for sure, they need to keep their heads held high. They need to be composed, because this is still anyone's game.
Oh, absolutely. And as we say, you got the picture of the players just up there. See, Fraser's took his big bubble coat off, so he's obviously warm enough now. He's obviously getting happy. He's going in towards the Impact game. He's thinking, we can't let that happen. We can't lose to these players. We can't lose to these guys. We need to come out on top. And as you can see, we've got the overlay of Impact. Absolutely great maps. One of my favourite maps. At the start of the game, it wasn't. Well, it was a map that I really despised. But with the actual hills moving, I've become a big fan of this map.
Yep, you and me both. The hill changes have definitely been a big improvement. Let's get into Impact then. 1-0 currently in the form of Radiant Esports. They have moved factions. They are now on the COG team. That is the blue side if you are new to Gears of War. And OBN, they are on the Swarm side. Actually hopping forward to a Straight Line now to see if he can start off this map just as he did at the previous one with the strong shotgunning. Currently it's all about this table on the far left of our screen. Mix him with a 1 kill. Buzz does have a trade back there as well, and Trimax and Co. Does look like they're trying to back out, but you feel as though OBN should be able to wrap up these remaining kills.
Yeah,
and get control.
Yeah, absolutely. From the situation that they're in, is Frank's in theory shouldn't be pushing down here. He should be playing his life, playing safe. Doesn't want to cost him team another depth. He's been able to get it down in the process, the kill in the process. So fair play to Frank. He's been able to do some good work, and he's picking up exactly where he left the last map. Getting himself a kill on the board early, and here comes the player 4v3 situation over towards the B hill.
Smokes go in. OBN looking to find kills and position at the same time. Straight Line's being caught out here. Trimax will clean up that kill. Gaz does fall shortly thereafter, and the control is clearly in the favour of OBN. The question is whether they'll continue to get these kills. Fraser's backed out. There's not going to be any drastic pushes or triple cap scenarios just yet, but it's a change of control at B, and that's the important thing. It's been back and forth already. Bradley actually with an overextension of that.
No, I do like these overextensions a lot. They're very, people don't look too much into it. Now it's a very, what's the word that I'm looking for here? But it's a role that you have to be intelligent in the game to know what you're doing. You have to know where people are at all times. You have to make these. You can't just randomly run over towards a hill. I'm overextending, guys. Like, it just doesn't work like that. And a lot of the time when I'm seeing these players do it, they're working well for the team. They're either stalling, they're either to get a hill because somebody else is having to rotate back to cause a 2v1 situation, and then they're losing a hill over where they're outmanned. So some of these plays that these teams are making are really spot on, and I'm actually impressed with the way that both teams are performing here right now.
Straight Line with the opener on Mixum. Should be the ticket to pushing into B here. Flank's just choosing the passive approach, getting the Lancer damage in, but he hasn't accounted for the last player inside. That's Buzz. Kills are stacking here. 2 players left alive in the form of Mixum and Trinda. Will they be overextending though? Doesn't seem like. Actually, they're just playing it slow at this point in time, just spreading out. The points fit does stay the way it is currently. It will be OBN that win this round, but Radiant coming off a 10-second respawn timer. They're all alive. They're all pushing very soon.
So that was a point where the overextension wasn't really needed there. You know, it's a short round. Say if it was around maybe the third round in, but say scrap that. There's a big fight going off over towards B. So we've got Radiant are flying in now towards OBN, and so it's a trade 1-for-1 at the moment. Straight Line is in a sticky situation. Can he do anything with it? Unfortunately, he has fallen, and now Buzz is the man who's overextended. The last alive. They should be playing this safe, so they're able to take him out with ease.
Yeah, Buzz very weak. Can he get a kill now? Trimax shuts him down. They'll need one hill now to finish off this round. 205, 206, and there's the 207. First round going the way of Radiant.
Right, so that could be it was a fantastic start for Radiant, don't get me wrong. You've just won the last map, so that's now their third round that they've won in a row. So if you look at it like that, it was 6-5. They were 6-5 down. It's the third round that they've won in a row. I don't know how OBN are going to start to feel about this. So don't get me wrong, I know they are fantastic individual players, but as a how are they going to react? How are they going to be able to keep their cool? Have they got somebody on that team with the maturity? They have Fraze, but is he going to be able to keep his team on a level where they don't need to be worried? They just need to be calm, play their game, just play it out. There's nothing for them to worry about. I'm just hoping that we're going to be able to see that come out of them, and it's not just going to be something where they fall to pieces.
In the end, that first round was simply just a back and forth exchanging of B-Hill control, and I think the points did just go the way of one team in the end. Yeah. There's no difference about it. The question is whether anything else will be changed up. Of course, the two spots there have been blocked in parking and hospital, so that's not going to be influencing the B-Hill battle. Ambush, Retro, etc. First kill opening from Mixer. B-Hill should be captured as... no, in fact it's not. The Lancers are a little bit too strong there from OBN. There's the capture. Actually, there's the rotation as well. Look what Radiant, OBN rather, are doing right now.
No, so the initial on that start of the round, you see Straight Line pushing towards the B hill, and there was two people from Radiant. So Flanks was one down there, and there was another. So there were two people close onto the actual T, whereas Radiant are two people Lancering. Don't get me wrong, Lancering is a fantastic way and you'll be able to get angles on your team, but when you're that close with a shotgun and one guy's just walking out into the open right there with two people with a shotgun, that's something that I genuinely feel that they haven't actually discussed very well there in that situation, or maybe Straight Line wasn't supposed to run out, but hey, that's the reason they've lost the initiation there, and it's going to be 2 down now for OBN.
Gaz will fall, Buzz gets a kill back. As OBN have pushed up quite heavily on one side. Cog domination might come in nonetheless, though. I'm checking over to the C hill. Has been broken over at the B hill, though. But I feel like the damage is done just for a second. Look at this points lead that's building. B hill captured once again. Trinda not got enough support to hold on for now. OBN do live to fight another day here in this round. But a nice little setup once again building.
No, absolutely. Smart play by Trinda then. He's rotated out at the right time. He stored him for as long as he could. Now, this is where the push is coming over towards the B hill. So you can see 3 people now for OBN are going to be making the push down that stairs towards the B. But Straight Line's already fallen, so he's gone down very early in this potential push. But Bradmate's been able to equal that, so it's a 4v4 situation. Whoever gets this next kill could be vital for the break.
OBN pushing heavily through the middle. This could be a 2v1 against Mixum. They're pushing from the right as well, so can Buzz get the opening kill? Yes, he can. He finds the double as well. Flank should fall over on the side. Yep, he will fall. That's 3 members down. Can't see any other players, although actually Trinda did push out just a little bit. He's not being caught out. I'd like him to actually be called out right now, pinched perhaps from the other side of the map, but he's been left to just run across the map, flank Gaz, and get back to the safety of his home now.
Yeah, it's very smart play by Trimax there. Just rolls back, knows that he's got support from Trinda, just lances him down as he comes steam training towards him. This is an 80-point lead now for Radiant. So for me personally, when you've got an 80-point lead like this, I'm not one to sit back on that hill, and it doesn't look like they want to do that either. They're just flying out. They've just got the kills, flying out, getting B, securing this. Because the worst thing you can do is just sit on that one home hill. Because if you lose those fights there, it's done.
That's the round. Yeah, essentially that is the round. Bradmate, great shotgunning, but not enough. Trinda stays alive, and there is the 10 mark hit once again. And Radiant, they're off to a good start once again, has to be said.
That's 4 rounds in a row now, obviously spanning over the 2 maps for Radiant. So they've obviously seemed to really click. Trimax has started off really well this map. Just looking over towards the... So this is the boys that you can see on your screen now of OBN now. Fraze appears to be the leader here. He's talking across down to his team, letting them know what he seems to think that's going wrong and something that needs to be changed. Just want to see what they can do here, really. So they seem to be losing the shotgun battles now. They seem to... It just doesn't seem as stable. They're not able to get actually a hold of this game to get their setups in. It's just something that they're really, really struggling with at this moment.
Frag grenades, meanwhile, placed down in cockpit by Bradmate. Keep a close eye on that kick, that quick pickup. Can be picked up, thrown in the smoke, as we said on Dam earlier, can be a differentiator, but I don't see it playing out too differently, at least with numbers. Yeah, pretty much a mirrored strategy once again, and he's been back and forth on the B hill, and this initial honestly means everything at this point, given that they can get the leg up from the get-go. Bradmate on board with him, actually.
Oh, solid
great
shot.
shotgun and fantastic stuff. Flanks with a quick pickup of the nades. It's all going very well for them.
Don't push in there. There's a nade in there.
Hello? Okay, Crump's not dead somehow. I'm guessing that went out the map.
Must have done.
We reacted the same way. Crump was alive at the end of that. B-Hill captured by him. Bit of extension from straight line. Does find the kill on Trinder, just to keep things alive there. C-Hull broken, so a bit more passive. Well, passive, but a bit more neutral in gameplay, I suppose you could say. Both teams trading points now.
Yeah, absolutely. And so they've been able to pick up both home hills. Great Lancer in there from straight line. And something I've noticed the last 3 rounds is every single initiation has gone in the favour of Raiden. They've been able to pick up that first kill every single time. Now, that's something that is starting to play out, and it's going to be a big factor if that's the way it's playing out and they're starting to lose these rounds.
Yeah, straight line very red, does get the cover. Get to the cover of table in time. And just to echo that a little bit, maybe the momentum is, in Radiant's side. Maybe their shotguns, their map-winning shotguns are now really playing a big part in these initials, and you'd like to see OBN just be a bit more active, perhaps, in these B-hole battles. They haven't really got the energy that we once saw at Pumping Station on Dam. It really is starting to get in the way of Radiant, at least at the start of rounds. Let's see, Crump and Trimax gets the kills. Trimax a double of that. This might be the energy we wanted to see. A bit more snappy gameplay. Trinder overextended to the A-hill. This is looking very good if he can pick up a kill. No, caught out with his pants down. Lance is still in his hands. Bradmate cleaning that one up.
Yeah, so obviously he's got his Lancer out there to try and obviously kill someone's comp. He's been snuck up on too fast by Brad, and he's just been, like you say, caught with his pants down. Not really. I expect more from Trinder really in that situation. He should be knowing better and playing. But there is another push coming in and a squeeze at the same time, and it's a great play by Trimax. I love that Marcus skin as well. It's fantastic.
Very nice. Black Steel variant indeed. 2 players pushing out. Straight line. Can he find the shotgun kill on Trimax? No, great movement from Trimax, has to be said. Shots were on point. Movement even better. He will back out as he knows his team are doing very well numbers-wise on that side of the map. And overextension as well over to A. His points aren't really looking too good as of now. We want to see if they can change that.
Yeah, absolutely. So this is something that they're not going to be able to hold for too long now, especially with you stepping out like that. So for me, with those 2 people who have actually rotated over towards the home hill, that's where I go straight off and I'm going towards B. I'm getting the break on B. Yeah, you can have your home hill back. We'll get the B set up, then come to us. You have to push us. Now this is all. This round is all set up for OBN to take this and get their first round back on the board.
Smoke being thrown on flanks. He's not going to have any teammates next to him just for now. You can tell the clock is ticking, but does get the break nonetheless. There's one teammate passing to his left. Frag grenade thrown into the mix. They've got the break, but they do need to overextend now. They need to stop this hill from capping immediately, and I think they're even going to get there in time now. 203, 204, all flanks. He's ran. Can he get there in time? 206, 207. It's very close. I think he's a little bit too late. 208, 209. He is literally half a second, if that, late.
Ridiculously close. Just watching Flanks' movement, honestly, I'm really impressed. So like I say, he was killing everything on the map before, even though we didn't actually realise it until he had to a certain amount of kills, because he wasn't exactly just filling up the board, and it wasn't that I was watching him all the time, unfortunately. But he seemed his movements extremely solid. His decision making extremely. It's really unfortunate. Milliseconds that he just missed out and be able to unbreak that home hill and cause trouble for OBN, but. So that's their first round that they've been able to get in the last 4 or 5 rounds. So I imagine that's going to calm some nerves in them, and hopefully they're going to be able to play a little bit more their style that they should be playing, really.
Yeah, 2-1 is a lot better than 3-0 as a Dutch upon on the first map. Definitely the case here, considering momentum now after that one. Incendiaries placed down at tail. Now, this will spark a little bit more proactivity, perhaps in the home hills. Will the players leave the home hills? Yes, they will. One player was waiting for it on the cog side. Now it's still going to be a 1v1. We'll make that a 2v1 actually. Trinder getting lit up. I think maybe a 2v2 in terms of lance damage, but Gaz does get the better of them. Mixon pulling out, and with those incents, Gaz can actually try and hold the home hill. You might be able to catch out some players. Maybe the reason why he's overextended there. Meanwhile, Bradmate throwing a frag into the mix. Is that going to catch anyone out? No, great. Nice little up A. Does find Crump. Damage is building. The numbers is there too. So there should be a retake if they play the numbers right.
Yeah, absolutely. So good shotgun in from Bradmate. So he's used a nade as a distraction. He's been able to push some people off the B hill. And then now the OBN team have been able to take control. And you can see from the overlay. So we've got 2 people sat, 3 people over towards the Radiant's home, and you've got 2 people towards the B stairs. But it looks like they're going to do a push for the, they're going to be doing a push for both home hills. And you can see one of the members of OBN is actually rotating off. So I should imagine 2 or 3 people towards defending this home hill. They're going to do a simultaneous push. No, it looks like just one big push. And as you can see through, well, you can actually see the Locust team overextending over towards Radiant's home hill at the same time as you can see. Going down now.
Nice little counter. Flanks, once again, consistent shotgunning as we're on board with this point of view. But the switch to the other home hill, Trinder has cut down Bradmate, and that has stopped that push right there and then. They're going to pull back to B, and actually they've lost it.
Yeah, they're in a bad spot
for now.
So they're in it. It was a smart play, don't get me wrong, from OBN. So they've overextended over towards enemy home hill, because that's exactly what Radiant was doing to them. But one of their players, they've just gone, no, we're out of here. But it's already too late at this point. They've got 2 people on Radiant's home hill and 2 people on B. They're caught in a sandwich, and this is the aftermath.
Great answer from Trinder, finds a kill on Gaz. Flank's not going to clean things up, finds that shot as well. But Straight Line is there to shut things down at B hill, just to stop this triple cap for now. Clearly the overextension has come into fruition. But Straight Line shotgun is still too strong. He finds Mixon, still pushing for the kill. Finds Trinder. Can he find the kill on Crump? No, Crump says, I don't want any of that. I'm going to slow it down. Straight Line, he is aggressive. He wants to find that remaining kill. But there comes the Lancer fire. But his job's done, let's be honest. He's done a fantastic job of, in fact, saving the round in that process over at the B hill.
Yeah, 3 kills. So it was, I think Flanks was unfortunate with the noob rod that he hit at the start. But yeah, fantastic play from Straight Line. 3 kills. And yeah, rightfully so, Crump. To be honest, when a guy's just got 3 kills in a row, you're not going to be, you don't want to run towards him, if I'm honest, because he's not missing shots really, is he, at that point? Yeah, exactly. So you're just like, I'm not running towards the Blaze, I'm going to run the opposite way.
Incen thrown into the mix, doesn't catch a player there on that cover. Things slowing down once again in this round for the next push. You can see Flanks coming through that smoke in the X-ray. Only catch a Straight Line with his Lancer. No, Straight Line says no. Nice little up A around the corner. Wrap around shot, if you will. Straight Line's still hungry. Look at the points, though. This is still in favor of Team OBN. After Straight Line's play. Trimax with a shotgun fight. Opener does find the kill. Mixon will clean up the second. This is important. They need to break B. They need to start being aggressive. The points are starting to run away from them. 20 left for that 210 mark.
Yeah, so 20, like you said, 20 left for the 210 mark, and it's unfortunate though, because OBN have been able to hold their nerve there, so we're just going to be waiting for that. So it's 204, 205, 206, 207. So come back complete pretty much from OBN. It's now 2-2, basically resetting the map, if you will. It's back to 0-0 if you want to look at it that way. But say, great play from OBN that round. The last 2 rounds, they are starting to step on it, and it looked like someone has resurrected Straight Line, and he started to, it's a bit harsh, I don't want to say resurrected, but you can't expect somebody to perform at a high level constantly.
I want to know his secret. Was it something he consumed before the maps or something? What is this? The team talks? It might be really effective for OBN. Who knows what it is right now, but let's bring up the scoreboard actually, check out the kills here. Bradmate, 15 kills, once again a high performer in the slaying department. Always has been, to be honest, in Gears of War. Definitely one of the slayers in any roster he's competed with. Straight Line with 9 kills, so he's not really extending too far past his teammates, but it's all about the kills that matter.
Exactly.
And he's had the kills that matter, especially in this map thus far.
Yeah, massively influential in winning his team that round with that 3-piece that he's got, and also telling Crump to walk the opposite way because he doesn't want any of this. But that going on, Flanks have been able to pick up a 2-piece. He's also then been able to pick up the M-bar, but Mixum has fallen. Flanks has then fallen, so the M-bar's down on... Is the M-bar down and out, or is it just burnt?
Too sure actually, 3v3 though nonetheless. There's still a battle for control at B. It's a bit back and forth this round as to who takes it. It's not clear cut. Straight Line comes through, he gets the double, nicely done. And that will be the frag grenades rewarded to his teammate Fraze. Will they go for the triple though? Of course the respawn timer is increasing. This becomes an opportunity for aggressive pushes off the initial. Instead, as we can see in the overhead, they are going to slow things down and have control in every side of the map here. Ember, of course, was put down right in the center there next to B, for those who did not see that.
Yeah, so I'm pretty sure the M-bar's actually been burnt, so we're going to have to wait a few more minutes until we're able to see that. I'm just double checking that, and yeah, it looks like it has been burnt. It's a 20-point lead for OBN. They are in the better spot, but I'm waiting for Raiden to make this push so they can actually claim B back. Oh, but the nades are coming in.
Flanks played extra safe. That frag grenade took an age to blow up as Flanks' body language showed. Big shotgun fights coming through. Crump gets the single. Trimax gets the single as well there. And that should be another player down. Yeah, only Buzz left alive. And is he going to run? Is he going to hold on? He's going to hold. For now, he could be landed in the back very shortly, but he's holding his ground nicely. Will he get that kill? Nicely done. Back to cover. A reset. Flanks is still fighting. The overextensions come through. He's not got enough health to push through for B. But the break has come through from straight line. But is it enough? Doesn't look like Fraze should fall here. And finally, a triple cap in this map. 3-2. Only 1 minute left of this half. And yet again, it's back and forth.
Yeah, absolutely. Heads up play from Trinidad there, rotating straight away over towards towards OBN's home hill. Now, for me, the way that, so it was the kill. I believe it was Crump. He was over towards like the L side, wasn't he? And he's been able to pick up a kill on one of the Radiant members. Now, I'm not a big fan of deaths in that situation, to be perfectly honest. So you've got 3 people with you. You've got a guy there. It doesn't actually matter in the long term of things because Trinder had his heads up play and was over on that home hill. But if Trinder hadn't actually done that and gone over towards that home hill, that could have caused a problem because they're coming off spawn. They're in a 5v4. They're going to be pushing towards the hill and they're going to be able to put you back on the back foot. So, but it's regardless. Trinder's a smart player there, was able to win them the round in the end and puts them back at a 1-point lead.
Well said. Now the sniper is going to come through and replace that M-bar. Don't think he'll influence the strategies too much. I'm not sure which one I'd rather at this point in time, to be honest. Frag grenades picked up, though, meanwhile, from Bradmate. Could that count find Mixum? No, it will not find Mixum. Mixum's still alive despite the damage against him. Will he get the kill on Bradmate? No, that's crucial. That could be very important numbers later on. Here comes Flanks rolling in. He does get dropped. Gaz with the pickup of the incense. This is looking good for this side if they can use the power weapons. As the respawn timer, of course, has built up so much. The last round of the half, as I mentioned earlier, could have led to something. Could it lead to something here? Trying to break it. Can he get there in time? Yes, he can for the break. Crump's still alive. The kills are stacking up.
Oh!
Shoot the right person, though. Crump is left alive, and he's got B control.
Oh, that is so unfortunate for Fraze. He's actually just taken out one of his team. And Crump's been able to capitalise and take out the last remaining member of OBN who was over this hill. But now Crump's in a bad spot. He should be able to just hold his shots here.
Tries to go for the wraparound. Doesn't quite find straight line. Straight line holding his nerve. Finds that kill with help of Lancer Fire from his back. Mixum pushing through. Perhaps a pistol would have been better from straight line, but no, he doesn't care. He knows his shotgun's on point. He will find that kill. Will he get the revive? It is back and forth with the damage. Who is going to get final control of the B hill is still up in the air.
So he's called straight line for a reason. There's no pause. There's no nonsense, if you will. It's just, you're going to die. He's just running around at people. He's having a good time out there. And it's Radiant who have got themselves in a good position at the moment. Bradmate's overextending here, so this should be an easy death, or an easy kill, should I say, for Radiant. Now, for me, they're probably not the best place to do an overextension, but maybe it was an overextension. Maybe they're actually playing for these home hills.
Incense should be up very soon. Sniper picked up by Flanks. The triple cap is blinking. Someone's got to get there for the break, and will they be able to get there in time? Yes, they will, both on the B hill and the A hill. A hill lost, B hill is the question. No, Gaz does stay alive and has sniper control. Will it be a headshot? No, it will not.
No, so yeah, big heads up play played by Gaz. He had to win his 1v1 over a B, and as a reward, he's kept his team in the game, and he's also picked up a sniper. But they're in his face. He has nades and sniper. He's not in the best spot though.
Well, the weapons have been burnt if he does die at this point in time. Big up A, fantastic stuff. Can he go back? Find Trinder? No, he cannot. Lovely play from Gaz, honestly. Burnt 2 weapons and saved the round there. Maybe could have gone out, honestly, with the nades and the sniper. He was a little bit quicker on his feet, but nonetheless.
Yeah, so I see Trimax was literally up his arse as soon as he picked up those nades. He was literally on his case. Burning the nades, heroics really by being able to get a single kill in the situation he was in. So fair play to him, and Crump's hiding in the smoke there, cheeky play.
Lovely job. almost stayed alive as well. One player only was on his case. Got to keep a close eye on the top left though, folks. 170 to 147 currently. It's the last round of the half. Respawn timer is not that forgiving. Currently, it is Radiant Esports with the advantage, with the home hill setup. Will it stay like that? Fantastic lancering from flanks and Mixon catching out Gaz there. C hill broken though. Straight line just caught up behind, broken that one. They know they need to keep going though. They need to keep moving, breaking the B hill, moving over to the A hill as well.
Yeah, 203. So we paused on 203. So all they need to do is get this hill and get to 207, and Radiant will be able to give themselves more breathing space, if you will, and there it is. So they've done a really good job there. They lost 2 rounds back to back. They've won 2 rounds back to back. They lost 2 rounds back to back. They've won 2 rounds back to back. So now it's a case of, are they able to press this forward with the actual map, well, with the hill changes now? So we're going to be introducing ED and F onto the map, or is this maybe a hill and rotations on this side that OBN are going to prefer?
Yeah, that is the question. One difference is that we're at 4-2 at the second half on this map, not 3-3 as it was in the first half. And this time Radiant keeping up the momentum, it seems, after the victory on Dam. Let's see how this one pans out. A little bit different numbers-wise. We've got 3 players going the way of Hospital, 2 players the way of Parking. Bit of a differential there. Trinder looking to push up. He's got the Lancer from from his back, rather. Both players having some bit of Lancer support. Not going to lead to much as a trading of kills on board and Mixon, as it could be an aggressive push to try and catch out the players here on the right. Straight line. Tries a straight line Crump there in the back, but Crump turns around. Still an aggressive push, but will they push up? Yes, they will.
No nonsense. No nonsense from Radiant. They're just going full. Well, they're going deep, should we say? And so smart play by them there. So they've lost a player really early on in the push. They thought there's no point in doing this now. We're just going to back off. We'll just cut our losses here and now. Trenner's been able to get himself a break on this. So I wouldn't recommend going for the cap. Smart play. Jumped out. He's going to wait for his teammates to spawn and going to have more men around. So there's going to be quite a big fight, I imagine, over towards this E side.
Yeah, so many numbers now set up in the E hill. We don't see this usually. This is one of the map, kind of like the Forge of old, where more players are sent to the home street, right, because of how easy it is to push and maybe hold at times as well. With the numbers heavily on this side, you see actually OBN taking advantage, running through the center of the map, trying to get a little bit of a flank. They picked up kills on the way. And Trender and co here, Crump, is just going to be sat back and pinched for the time being.
Yeah, I'm liking it. So OBN, yeah, they're down 2 rounds and they seem to be getting outmaneuvered the last 2 rounds, but they're still being proactive. They're still making pushes. They're still making plays. They are the team in the better position at the moment with the 2 cap, and you can see the way that they're set up as well. That they are the ones who are more forward. But potentially, it looks like there's going to be another play from Radiant over towards this E hill with the cross angles. And it could be a simultaneous play. So E has been broken, and it looks like they might be going towards D, maybe putting pressure on there, potentially going for a 3 cap. Is that really in there? Arsenal right now?
Well, they'll definitely push for the D hill. We know double caps and holding the home street is a lot more forgiving on this side. Just like Foundation, home hill setup in the second half is can prove very fruitful, but Trimax does shut down straight line over at this E hill. So the numbers they have to play with here. Phrase for a battle over the cover. Crump with the victory down. This could be a triple. Got to keep an eye on that D hill. That's the first.
They know Gaz is coming.
Way to stop this triple gap. Excuse me. Here comes Gaz on the flank. That will stop things in its tracks. But the score is so close. But the double cap and Trin to hide around the corner, catching up the player of Gaz. Yeah,
it seems to be two moments of people hiding this. So Gaz coming on the flank, Trin hiding around the corner. So there's a smart heads-up play from him. Trin is not in a great spot now though, so I don't know why he's rotated over to this side of the map, but
not a great corner to be sat in.
Really
He's
isn't.
used his smoke to stay alive. His health is even fully regenerated. Fantastic stuff from him. Teammates just around the corner to make sure he can get through. 202, 203, as we should be reaching the finale of this round. Yes, we will. This will be can't round, my friends. Radiant Esports, they're starting to get momentum. They've had 3 rounds in a row now. Looking very calm about it all as well. And OBN, I'll have to check the camera on them. There they are. Very mellow. Nothing much being said. No change in strategies, it seems. Just going with the flow. And that flow currently is not very good for them, is it?
No, that flow is downstream. And that is heading towards the crocodile's mouth. It's just... they're not in a good situation at the moment. The worst thing you could do when you are losing rounds is just sit there and say absolutely nothing at all. Obviously, you're annoyed that you're losing the rounds in the way that you are losing the rounds or whatever, but you can't just sit there and just pure silence, because the same thing that is going to happen. You need to quickly address what's going off. You need to express why it's happening, and maybe potentially do a different strat that you've got set up, or something that you notice that the team are doing or where they're weak, and push that point, not just sit there in silence. So I'm hoping they've had a little talk with themselves. I've also noticed Radiant as well. They've been pretty quiet. So I imagine that they just see that it's going to coast this through now.
Yeah. In action, I think is a great way to describe this, right? If players' morale is down, as it seems to be for OBN, I'd rather get them energetic, get them a bit more hyped, focused in on the game, and change, the thoughts and potential outcome. Don't think about the current scoreline, think about the rounds ahead, and that is the most crucial factor. Talkball was, of course, dropped down. Straight line the man to pick that up. He will need a revive, though, from his teammates. Should be fine as he crawls around the corner. Only Mixon can land to that angle there, and they have it. Oh, Trimax hiding around the corner. Does find a kill, finds a second. Straight line is the one with the Torpo, though. He will run for the hills. Literally his F hill here. And he has a little bit of height advantage now to play with that Torpo. Of course, with that weapon, with the score differential not being that much, early on in this round, they can take their time and formulate a nice push.
Yeah, absolutely. And a cheeky swap there of weapons that you can see. So obviously Bradmate is their designated Torpo player, the reason that they actually put this down. Trimax, I'm not going to lie, scared the bejeebers out of me, right? So I didn't actually see him there on the camera. He's just come, he's just wiped off 2 people like it was nothing. And again, you can see that Radiant are the ones, they're putting the Torpo down. And OBN are just allowing them to have it. So it was causing them trouble on the last map on Dam. Don't understand why they're giving it up again. And there's the first kill.
Absolutely gorgeous Torpo stick there, active. Can pull it that quick, catches out Trinder. No time to react at all, and just overlooking this E-hill, he can just pull it, he can keep heads down, but nonetheless, Fraze, he's still pushed in. There's been no help from either player there, Bradmate or Buzz, to speak of, and Buzz still alive here.
Don't get me wrong,
Buzz, excuse me, but
the way that the OBN team play when they have the hills, I like the way that they're trying to do things. They're trying to do things methodically, or if you will, but I just don't feel like their teamwork's always there all the time, or they maybe don't have a confident enough shot leader, shot caller who's calling out enough. Like the way they're trying to play is great, but it just, like I say, now it just doesn't seem to be working for them at the moment, and they're just doing random heads-up plays and they're just getting caught out for it. But look at Mixon.
Runs through so many players once again. They just keep catching players out, and you can see the score is clearly in the favor of Radiant now. It is proving such an uphill battle for OBN, even with Torpo, even with, as you touched upon, the methodical play. It's just not leading to much whatsoever. Their execution in all of their strats right now is just lackluster. I'd hate to see this go down on 2-0, but OBN do need to pick it up. Look at the score still. Radiant have the Torpo control. They have such a huge score lead. They've got E control. It's looking very good for them, and they should be able to take this round no problem at all. Yeah,
so, we'll have to wait another 9 seconds for, 5 seconds now, but yeah, it's going to be Radiant's round, and they're 6-2 up. Not much noise coming from them. I imagine we're going to have a quick look at them, so you can see Trinder giving out the fist bumps and the awkward high five to the fist bump and the grabbing of the high five and all sorts is going on. But, you know what I mean, they're celebrating their round win either way. I don't know if we're going to have a quick switch onto the OBN team, because I imagine at this point they are pretty deflated. They still need to keep their heads up, they still need to talk, they need to potentially put something big down. Okay, so if they're all confident in themselves with a shotgun, they maybe put a boom shot down, or if they've got a playmaker with a sniper, maybe put a sniper down, or a drop shot, or something. There must be something that they practice for when they do have their backs up against the wall, and they've got the sniper.
I like it honestly. Bradmate, he had that Talkbow, he rotated it back, and we touched upon it. It's methodical. Clearly OBN, both on Dam and this map, that's been their approach. And with the snipers placed down on home hills, that is going to slow things down. You can't just run at home street anymore. You can rotate that sniper up top, just as where Bradmate was earlier with that Talkbow, and that can really slow down the gameplay. Bradmate proven to be the power weapon player perhaps for this side. He's picking that sniper up this time round. Maybe, just maybe, this could be an influential weapon swap. Weapon placement, rather. Yeah,
absolutely. So we've got Crump with a sniper for Radiant, and we've got Bradmate. So clearly we can see that Bradmate is obviously the power weapon player for this team anyway. Trinder's now fallen. Vexen's been able to get a kill, but no, Trinder's been revived. Trinder's then got a kill, and he's got to pick up Vexen. But Bradmate's in there. Brad's fallen, but he's been able to trade with Trinder, so it's a free cap coming in. And is this the end for OBN, or they're going to be able to get a break?
Buzz has bought some time by breaking, as he will eventually fall, but are the numbers there? No, they are not going to get there in time. This will be the conclusion of the match. Radiant Esports, mellow finish. Trinder straight away up on his feet, happy with the conclusion. And honestly, 7-2, never would have predicted that, ever. I know I predicted Radiant to win, by the way. I'll just remind that.
Yeah, you did.
The wound, but 7-2, hands on my heart, didn't predict that one for the second map.
No, definitely not. So obviously I predicted OBN to win anyway. So to me it's a complete shock that they've just been turned over like that 7-2. Now that 7-6, yeah, Radiant definitely just took the momentum that they was able to get from winning that really tight map, and they just, I don't want to say it, but they hammered them in the second map.
Very, very true indeed. And 7-6, 7-2, it was very close to this map. Second map, I think I'm going to go ahead and just say that's momentum-based, perhaps.
Maybe.
I'm not too sure if it was the map. I think it was just more so that Radiant shotguns at times were just so much more effective. They were so much more clued in. Many fantastic plays by them. And, you know, when they had the triple cap opportunity, they took advantage of that, and it was to show in the scoreline. 7-2, got to give it to them. They performed very well.
Yeah, absolutely. Definitely did. They really played very well in the last few rounds anyway. The initial, they started winning every single time at the start, so there was nothing really that they could do there. And I just felt like OBN had just run out of questions.
There's no gas. There's no
ran out
energy,
of answers even.
There was nothing proactive about them. It was a bit switch heavy, I'll say, at the B hill. You know, it was back and forth at times, but it just kind of seemed like Radiant had a little bit more spark, a bit more action and proactivity in all regards throughout the map, you know?
Definitely, there was more oomph for them going, and like you said, it's the momentum that was carrying them through. I don't see the sniper put down in the last round. Maybe you could do that a little bit earlier. Maybe put a boom shot down. You might have every team, I imagine, has got